What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Dokkan Battle stream. I think it's the first one I've done in a while. Merry Christmas to everybody, or almost Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve here in Texas. A little less than 4 hours away till Christmas actually hits, but other parts of the world, it's probably Christmas already. So, Merry Christmas to y'all. I'm just looking at my account. We've actually hit 3,384 days. Wonder what they're gonna do for 4,000, because 3,000 was kind of terrible. I remember, well, I don't even remember what they gave out for 3,000. I know it wasn't much, not compared to 1,000 and 2,000 days. So I'm wondering what they do for 4,000 days. I need to check one thing here real quick. I feel like I might not have the right category. Let me double check. Leader dashboard. Stream manager. I didn't even put a category. What the heck? Dokkan Battle. There we go. So, today we're going to do some of the EZAs that I have not done yet. Been putting them off. But I think they go away this week, so I need to do them now. So I figured, since I'm doing these now, I might as well do a short stream. So here I am. What I need to do now is look up what categories I need to do. I feel like this one shouldn't be hard. This one might be. So let's do this one first. Oh, okay. Go tanks. Let me show them go tanks. Maybe if I look up the character, it'll be easier. That's the purple. Yeah. Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku. It show me this easy A. Very unfortunate easy A. They shouldn't have held back this much this close to the anniversary. I mean, he's kind of an old unit. I don't know how much they were going to really boost him. Easy A for him. This is the JP page. I just want to know which category was best for him. No, because he's going to show me here. What's up, Soul? How you doing? Alright, let me just go to this. Distant rivals. Okay, so it's just gonna alternate between Goku and Vegeta. Majin Buu Saga, that's it. Okay. Good categories. I guess Majin Buu Saga for both. You gonna summon for the new Goku and Glorio? No. I'm not planning to do any summoning until Anniversary. I'm just saving stones till then. I did 2 summons for the Gotenks. I got like 4 LRs, but not the Gotenks. So I was like, you know what? It's not my. It's not meant to be. I'm skipping banners normally or buns for New Year's, and I'm putting all my stones and fusions in 10. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's really, unless you just really, really, really want to summon. There's really no point in summoning until the Anniversary, because like most of these units will come back. Maybe even before Tanabata, but if not, they'll be back by Tanabata. So there's like no reason, unless you really want these units, to spend your stones now before the Anniversary. Alright, so let's see. Purple and green. Well, I don't have the Gotenks. I have Goku. I have Gogeta. Let's just go with the Gogeta. Not Gogeta, Vegito. Cute. Whoever on here. A lot of units on here. I guess I shouldn't take blues because we're gonna have to run into a green, and I guess I can't take green. It doesn't give me a lot of options actually if I do that, but so we can take y'all too. Take them. Y'all. And he's gonna be crazy, especially with the new update to come. So what's all happening with the update? Like, what are they all changing? What's up, JT? How you doing, man? Merry Christmas to you guys. Really need another hitter. Why don't I just take the champ? I'll take someone else. I could take. Ooh, another Goku one. I didn't want to pick a healer Goku. Just pick the champ, that's fine. As far as they've shown for now, basically entire new UI for the game. They changed the look of the game. Really? They changed the look? That'll be interesting. I'll probably have to see that. The new UI feels like a brand new Dokkan game for real. Characters will have animations before you click on the orbs? Really? Holy crap. I just looked up and saw that damage. What the fuck? Maybe I should keep summoning for that Gotenk. The fuck was that? Goku got fucking obliterated. You said the animations will take time for characters because they have to do individually each character. Yeah, there's like a ton of characters. Like, you know, nearly 10 years worth of cards in here. The units itself, events, and the generational year 7 LRs. Jesus Christ, why does he do so much damage? Ten-year anniversary units will come with the new mechanic. Well, yeah. That's generally what they do every year. Anytime they introduce some new mechanic, it's usually integrated with the anniversary unit. With the new UI, I see why they're making it so people with iOS lower than 14 won't play. I mean, they've been doing that for a while now. Like, older phones have trouble running Dokkan nowadays. Like, I know some emulators used to have problems too. Like, when they started upgrading Dokkan more and more. Like, if you go back and look at, like, some of my old videos, you can see some of the changes. But if they're doing a total UI change, that'll be interesting. Because even though they've made a lot of changes, the basic gameplay still looks the same. So I'm curious to see how these changes get implemented. It's obvious Dokkan is going to last way beyond 10 units. Well, you know, it's Dragon Ball, so it's obviously going to have that long-term appeal. The other thing that we've said is, for a 10-year-old game, there's usually two reasons for a game to die. The first reason is it's just not pulling enough money, or two, it's outgrown, you know, outgrown itself to where they need to upgrade to a new version. Those are usually the only two reasons why a game dies. And most of them hit the first point where they're just not making the money. And Dokkan has been pretty consistently making money. Like, you know, it's one of the few games I know that's been around this long that still can crack, you know, #1. And, you know, even if it's just the iOS store, hitting that itself is still a pretty big deal. Now, if they could get over the hump and get #1 in the Android side, that would be a huge deal. I don't think they've done that in a while. But number-wise, they usually do pretty good throughout the year. So they don't really have too much to worry about there. with the changes that they're making with the UI, that supplements the second point with the outgrowing itself. Usually, they've always had problems with their servers. That's something that hasn't happened recently. But like for people that have been around a long time, y'all remember all the server problems they had. You know, even up until like year 3 or year 4. I hope the quality of SA animations keeps up with how the Daima characters look because it legit looks like the anime. I mean, you saw what they did with the movie characters. They're capable of doing it. And it's just a matter of them, you know, keeping up with it. I think the biggest problem is when they start to make um, animations that don't have, you know, a previous version for them to emulate when they're having to do it on their own. I think that's the time where it kind of lacks. Like some people kind of look at it and the animation's not quite as crisp. But that's usually, they usually don't do that. They usually don't create their own characters. It's normally characters that have already had an animation. Legends is close away? You mean close away? Like close to it or far away? Second anniversary servers trash. So were the first anniversary. And the third anniversary. Dokkan on Legends is Dragon Ball's biggest moneymaker, even more than Council? Game originals, yeah, it's a good concept, but it's harder for them to make good animations. Yeah, even for manga. Because like you get key points, but you don't get the actual range of motion. Like things in the manga leave it up to your imagination. And unfortunately, the problem is that people have different imaginations from each other. So you don't know exactly what looks good to you is going to look good to someone else. So we'll see how that goes. I am curious to see how the changes are implemented, though. Oh, console. Sparking Zero has the potential to be really good. I think the biggest problem is balancing in that game. Whereas they've even said it in interviews that they don't really care about balance. They made the game to be power scaled. So, like, it's not supposed to be Krillin being able to beat everybody. Unfortunately, though, they built in mechanics that did make it like that. Like, when the game came out and Yajirobe was just, like, so good. And recently, like, a couple months ago, they had the finals, or the regional finals, and they were using the androids to win and just fly away and run away the whole match because you know androids don't use energy, or they have endless energy, right? So they just fly the whole time. What's crazy is Dokkan can make way more characters and forms because manga has a lot of content that's not in the anime or movies. Yeah. Sparking can, but how long will it take is the problem. I don't know. Depends on the developers. I feel like they've already started. Well, I mean, they've already been doing patching. Like they already patched Yajirobe, and I believe if they haven't patched the androids, they're going to. Like I'm pretty sure they're going to before the finals, because I'm sure they don't want to see that on stream ever again. I mean, you still have Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which I think is, in my opinion, a much better game. But It's old. Like, it's been years now since that game came out. This is probably the last hurrah for it. It'd be cool to see them make an update to it, like make a new one. But I don't know. I feel like that game did pretty well for its run. At least on the FGC side, I know that, especially at Evo, they love the game at Evo. I just found an old memory defrag screenshot, and it made me sad. What a game we all used to play. Yeah, I mean that's what I've said before. Is when games die, there's two reasons. The first reason is money. The second reason is, did it outgrow itself? Did they make a new game? And unfortunately, Sword Art Online has like a million fucking games. And so they're not going to keep the old game when they're trying to push new games. Like, I don't, how many Sword Art games have there been? Like, especially mobile games. Isn't there another one? Didn't one just come out? Or not come out, like, it came out last year, and then they had to, like, shelve it because there were so many issues with it, and then I think they just came, like, it just came out, like, re-released. They need to just scrape Sparking and drop Xenoverse 3, to be honest. I mean, I've had all the hype and never lived up to it, to be honest. Yeah, I know a lot of people like that game, or like that series, and want to see that come out. Probably won't be till they're finished, at least with the first year hype of Sparking Zero. Uh, and to be honest, that Bleach game that's coming out, I would be much more hyped for it if it wasn't an arena fighter. I was really hoping it would have gotten like a Fighter Z style. Like, I really want a 2D fighting version of Bleach rather than an arena fighter. Because to me, it just looks like an updated version of the old, uh, like PS3, PSP games. Like, it doesn't look much more advanced than that to me. Oh, a million, yeah. There's a lot of Sword Art games, which I won't complain about because that means it gives me a lot more Leafa figures. There's a ton of Sword Art figures, which gives me a lot of Leafa figures to look at. Naruto can have a Fighter Z, which would be basically any anime game could have a Fighter Z type. Like, I'm curious to see how the Hunter x Hunter game performs. It looks pretty cool, but at the same time, it looks a lot more retro-ish in terms of a fighter than Fighter Z was. Like, I don't know, there's something about it that makes it like less polished looking to me, but it still looks fun. Like, I never really watched Hunter x Hunter, but the game itself looks pretty good. Basically, any anime could have that style of game, which I prefer. Like, I know everybody wants to do the 3D thing, but anime's not 3D. And as much as I no, I can't even say that. I never liked arena fighters. I think arena fighters are too. They're not structured, is the problem. Like, the biggest problem, like, versus. Like, an arena fighter versus something like a 3D fighter has very specific things that are different that makes it better, in my opinion. Like, say a game like Tekken or Virtual Fighter. or Soul Calibur. The biggest difference between them and an arena fighter is the size of the arena. The problem is when it's like an anime fighting arena fighter, they want to incorporate the full scope of the anime. So if they're like able to fly, if they're able to like dash at the speed of light and stuff like that, they want to try to incorporate that. And the problem is you can't do that in a limited space like you could in like a Tekken arena or Soul Calibur. There's just no space to do that. And the problem is there's too much space. So there's like a lot of running and a lot of aerial combat that you're like this, miles apart because you could dash in an instant in their face or teleport and stuff like that. I mean, that's what happens in Sparking Zero. That's precisely what happened there. There's too much space. Hunter x Hunter was very good, especially the last arc. Let anime games make a fighter like Tekken. See, that's the problem though. Is it's going to be more grounded and more realistic, and there's going to be fans that don't want that. Like, it depends on which anime it is. Like, if you do Naruto, the problem is a lot of their techniques, their movement, stuff like that, are going to be way too constrained in a Tekken setting. Like, the only way you'd be able to do it is only on the, like, super attacks. And I feel like a lot of people would not want to do that. Like, Dragon Ball, I think, is the blueprint. But honestly, the only reason why that even works is because it's a team-based format. So then you can have multiple characters. If it was strictly a one-on-one, I don't think it would have worked as well. I think the 3v3 was actually the perfect storm for that game. Barking looks to me so similar to Kakarot. Yeah, kinda. Like animation-wise, I think they're pretty similar. Yeah, like I said, the hardest part about making those kinds of games is that you want to make it competitive, but you want to make it competitive and watchable. I think that's the other problem that developers haven't quite been able to capture, especially when it comes to the anime genre. It's making a game that can be faithful to the anime, but not to the point to where it's, boring. People bought Breakers, and that's not a fighter game, but a Hide and Dragon Ball is not a survival anime. True. But are they fun to watch? Like, it just depends. Like, I'm saying it in terms of a fighting game, not in terms of the other games. Like, yeah, there's plenty of ways to do Dragon Ball games that aren't fighting games. But that's a different genre at that point. Like, let's say you go to Evo. They're not going to put breakers at Evo. Because one, those matches probably take too long. And I don't even know how you would side that in a competition type setting. It's to me, it's more of a party game. So, yeah, I don't know. I've never seen like a competition for games in that genre. I have a lot of friends that play, what was that, Dead by Daylight? And, like, I like watching them play sometimes, but, like, I don't know how you do a competition or anything for that. My sister just bought a new dog. She had two dogs before, but they both passed away earlier this year or last year. I think it was last year. Um, but yeah, they finally got a new dog. It's exciting because it's her kid's first dog. Because the other two dogs she had before, she's had those dogs before her kids were born. So they were both like 18 and 16 years old when they passed away. So this one is similar to the first dog they had. What kind of dog? I believe it's a poodle mix. I don't know what it's mixed with, but that's what the first dog they had was. It was like a Pomeranian poodle mix. This one's some kind of poodle mix. I don't really. I'd have to ask her, but it's only 9 weeks old, so this is a little sucker. I haven't seen him yet. I'm gonna go see him tomorrow for the first time. They picked him up yesterday, so they've only had the dog for like 2 days. We went to go eat dinner, and they have like one of the baby cameras pointed to the little cage area they have it in. Like he was sleeping for a while, but then it started to wake up and cry towards the end of the meal. So we finished up quickly so they could rush home. Since it's so small, I was like, I didn't know what to get him. I just picked up a couple of really small plushy toys. He already has. They already stuffed a bunch of toys in his cage. I think like 3 or 4 things in there already. So I'm about to throw 2 more in there. I didn't know what kind of treats. I don't know if I should get treats yet for him. I'll just wait till my sister tells me what what the dog likes because it's only been a couple days. But yeah, the kids already love the dog. My sister obviously loves the dog. We've always had dogs in our family, so uh, pretty happy for them to get this new dog. It'd be pretty nice to see. I myself can't have a dog because my place is one, way too small, and two, way too cluttered. Like if I got a dog here, I'd probably lose them in here somewhere. Plus, there's very little grass in this complex, so I feel like it'd be too confining for a dog here. Love poodles, they're so small. Yeah, it'd be fun for them. If it's a female, that one would never go for real. I had one who was pretty well trained. We never need a cage. Well, her old dogs were very well trained. They would just roam around the house. They had their beds upstairs and downstairs. When he was more lively, they had everything upstairs, and so the dogs would go up and down the stairs It was fun. They would come downstairs when they heard company came over to play, and then when they were tired of it, they would go back upstairs to bed. But this is actually their first pet, now that I think about it. Like, before we had. Well, like, growing up, my parents had a dog before I was born. He was around for about, I guess, 6 years or so. Yeah, 6 years ago before he just like ran away. We don't know what happened to him. But after that, our neighbor gave us a dog, and then that dog ran away. Uh, we had goldfish at one time, and then we got another dog after that named Magoo. That was my sister's first real pet. And we had Magoo. She was like a Chinese Shar-Pei, one of those wrinkle dogs. We had her for a long while, I think like 16 years. Because like we got her when my sister was in elementary school, and then she passed away while my sister was away at college. I have this dog pad for when they use the bathroom, but I put it everywhere. You mean like puppy pads? Well, I know they got a house. The puppy's not housebroken, so they're probably gonna have to do that. Oh yeah, I went to Chinatown because we went to go eat dinner there. It was supposed to be like we didn't get to do Thanksgiving with the family because they went to California for. They went to California to see Disneyland. They hadn't been to Disneyland yet. I stayed at home, so we had dinner today to kind of celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving. So I went to the bookstore and I got this art book. So this had come out in Japan. This is one of the new art books because it talks about the Netflix series, but it's mostly old classic, the old classic manga artwork. I don't think there's anything new in here, but it's pretty cool because I haven't had. I don't think I've had a run art book before. I have the manga. I do collect the manga, but I haven't collected the art books. So that was a fun pickup for a Christmas present to myself. I have some more things coming in that I ordered myself. There's some things that I'm probably gonna get later on as well. I have this one stick that I was building, like my Marvel stick. The one problem I'm having with it is that the color on the stick is way different than I thought. Like it said gold, but now that I look at it, it's like a weird shade of gold. So I think I need to get either bronze or copper buttons to match it. So I'm thinking about ordering a set pretty soon. I have two more sticks that I'm thinking of making mods to. I haven't decided yet. Bought a Nikon Daija with these sticks. I had one already. I bought this one really cheap, and I might mod that. But the other one that I had before, I had modded pretty well. Slowly turning into a stick stream. But I want to show y'all what I'm talking about with these things. So one of the hobbies I have is I like modding fight sticks. Show them off in a second here. So I showed the Nikon Daija earlier. This is the other one I have. This one I had modded already. This one's the marble stick that I was talking about. So you see the stick, it said it was gold, but this manufacturer, their version of gold, it's more of a copper bronze type. So I'm thinking I'm gonna replace these buttons with like either copper or bronze buttons. Uh, there's one company I know, they make some copper buttons, so I might go with them because I think it'll look good with this stick at least. These are some of the Atrops that I have. This one I did very minimal to. I was gonna get gold, but they had a lot of silver, so I thought it looked pretty clean with this white stick. So this one just is a plain white and silver. This one, I used an old Texas Showdown artwork and kind of incorporated into this. Even had a Texas Showdown button that was manufactured, so we threw that on there. This one we went with an Akuma theme, mostly the Street Fighter 6 version. MVC2 is my favorite game, and my main character in MVC2 is Mega Man. So we went with the Mega Man theme for this. This one's kind of cool because I like the movable stick. This is really handy when you're traveling. So like this was one of my competition sticks. So like it's really useful to be able to take off the stick when you're packing it up. See what's the other ones I got here. Got a couple of my Bulick sticks. These I didn't do a whole lot with. This one's kind of a Golden Frieza inspired color wave. The purple with the gold and black. I had a friend that had a laser engraver, and I was gonna have him put Frieza on the side, but he moved, so had to scratch those plans. You do like the Marvel ones? Those are like the comp gaming sticks that people use in fighting game tournaments? Yeah, exactly. Oh, this one's a little dirty. Why are you dirty? The Frieza one had potential? Yeah. Most definitely. Maybe one day if I see that dude again. This one I say is... I don't know. This one's another Victrix stick. This one I thought looked good with the green. It is kind of an Xbox kind of style. Then I have a couple other sticks that I'm looking at to try to maybe do something with. Like the Nacon I showed y'all. Have another Kwamba that I'm debating on what to do with. So I have a lot of like odds and ends in terms of parts. They're just kind of lying around that I want to do something with. But that's all the ones that I have downstairs. I have a lot more upstairs. I have like a huge collection of fight sticks. Actually, I ordered one that's supposed to come the day after Christmas, supposedly. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called a Kwamba 2009. And what it is, it's basically a computer desk with a stick in it. The reason why I wanted this was so I could basically have like an arcade pedestal to play in. Because originally, what I was going to do is I was going to buy an arcade cabinet and just take the pedestal part and make that into a controller. But this is basically the same thing. The only problem is figuring out how to travel with it. Because the thing is massive. The Street Fighting one you showed me is your second favorite. Yeah, well, I mean, these are all my favorites. Yeah, I might do a short stream when that other stick comes in. I don't know where I'm gonna put it now that I think about it. I can probably plug it into the PC and I'll just put it in front. I just have to move the cameras, but it's gonna be crazy when that thing comes in. That thing is ginormous. I think when I first saw them at Evo, my first thought was I thought it was just like a desk. And they're like I thought it was just a desk with a compartment for you to put your stick in. I didn't realize it's actually the stick in the desk. Which is not the craziest thing I've ever seen. I had a friend that used to get those folding tables, and he built a stick in the folding table. So this is just more of a professional, advanced version of that. I don't know how the parts are gonna do because it's not Sanwa parts, it's Kwamba parts, so it's gonna be silent. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna have to see how I like it or not. Like I do like the Sanwa buttons better than Kwamba buttons when I play Marble, so I might have to change out the buttons at least. The stick I think will be fine. The only problem is I have to sign for it. So I'm gonna have to like go into work and then leave work early to make sure I'm home in time to sign for it. You must have to be in ape travel with that. I need to see how much I can take it apart. Because if I can take it apart in pieces, it might be able to fit in my check-in luggage. If I can fit it in my check-in luggage, then I'm good. But I guess the other thing is how much does it weigh? The other option would be hopefully if Kwamba has a booth at Evo, if they'll let me rent it. That'd be the other thing. Like we do local get-togethers and tournaments in Houston. I'm probably going to take it there first to test out to see, one, how portable is it, and two, how well do I play on it versus other things. Like I think we're going to do a marble tournament in like the middle of January. So that would be a good test to see how it goes. Best way to take it apart because it's going to cause problems with flying. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. There's no way I can. There's no way I'm going to be able to carry it on. But that's why the other thing is I'm probably going to check to see if it could just be rented at Evo. Because it's a three-step problem. The first problem will be first if Evo announces that MVC2 is a main game. Because if it's a side game, I'm not going to bother. But if they announce it as a main game, then I'll probably go. That's literally probably the only reason why I would go to Evo. Because I didn't have very much fun the last couple times I went. And it got more expensive. Honestly, I wanted to go to CEO next year. But depending on what Evo announces, if they announce MVC2, I'll probably go to Evo. The second thing is to find out if Kwamba will be there and see if it's possible for me to just rent the 2009 there, because that would save me the problem of trying to have to take mine apart and carry it on a plane. I have to start paying attention now. These look like they're starting to be more annoying. Okay, he's not doing 99 million damage anymore. That was wild. The first couple stages, he was doing 99 million, like max damage, dude. He was about to make me act up and actually try to summon for him. I probably should have had him attack me and try to get rid of him. Okay, so do y'all remember? So when you get Xeno or Whis, well, Whis I think just guarantees you an LR, right? And then Xeno, I think it's like a featured LR. Featured on both. Well, you were in the Discord, right? JT, you saw what Invisible wrote in there, right? He got both those animations and got Jiren. I guess Jiren was featured. But it's like usually like a new featured card, right? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Jiren was featured, right? But like for Xeno, it's a new featured card, right? LR Jiren just dropped on the new. They were both new. Oh, that's them trying to catch up. Okay, I got you. Global. Well, yeah. Rip Global. So is everyone... Well, hopefully y'all finish their Christmas shopping. If not, kind of too late. Well, no, I guess Walmart's still open for like an hour or so. You did not? Why are you watching the stream, man? You need to go hurry up. I ran out to go buy some stuff before dinner. I'd already bought most of the stuff, so I don't really care too much. Didn't have to buy anything? Oh, okay. I need to tell my sister to start, I need her to start making like an Amazon wish list for her family. That would save me so much hassle. Like, y'all don't understand how annoying it is sometimes. Like, I keep asking her sometimes, like, hey, what do your kids want for Christmas? And she's like, I don't know. They're your kids. How do you not know? What is your kid like? I don't know what he's into now. What the heck? Your kid is only 8. How do you not know? If you don't know, I'm not gonna know. Like he still likes Pokemon, not as much as he used to, but that's kind of like the fallback. I know he plays some Minecraft, so I got some Minecraft stuff as well. Besides that, I don't know. I just went with whatever. I bought some Minecraft stuff. I bought some Pokemon stuff. That's about it. At least for my niece, I know that he likes Kuromi, one of the Hello Kitty characters, Sanrio characters. So that was easy. I just bought a bunch of that stuff. No other video games? They don't really... Well, he plays like FIFA. So, yeah. I don't know. Because I tried asking him before, like, who's your favorite soccer player? And he's like, I don't have one. Okay. Who's your favorite team? I don't know. You're not giving me anything to work with here, kid. At this point, I'm just gonna buy you whatever. You deal with it. He's kind of always been like that, though. Like every time I ask him, what do you like? What's your favorite thing? Blah blah blah. He doesn't know, or he doesn't have one. He says, and I'm like, you're killing me, kid. I want to buy you stuff. You need to tell me what you want. Like, I can't spoil you if you don't tell me what to get you. Like, I don't just want to get you random shit. Because I remember when my aunts and uncles used to do that. And, like, I love them and all, but, like, I didn't care about any of that stuff when they would, like, just give me random stuff, you know? I was like, now they just give me, you know, money, which is better because then I can just get what I want instead of, like, them not knowing what to get me and they just give me, like, really terrible stuff. Like, stuff I don't want. That used to be the running gag is they would always have to put the receipt with my present because I'd always return it because it was not something I wanted. Even in my family now, the other problem is that I just buy the stuff that I want. So like even if they ask me what do I want, I'm like, well I want this, but I'm gonna find it at a cheaper price than you're probably gonna find it. Just give him cash. He's like 8. He doesn't handle money at all. I remember for his birthday, my sister was like, get him a Roblox gift card. I was like, okay. But I think even as a kid, you like getting stuff or opening stuff rather than it being like a gift card. Like when you get older, you don't care. Like, obviously, I don't care now. If they want to give me a gift card, that's great. That's better for me. But I think when you're a kid, you would rather open something up. So like I could get him cash or a gift card, but I still want to get him something to open besides it just being, a gift card. Well, that's when you have a kid that knows what he wants, not when he doesn't know. I mean, true, but like when you're older, I think it's fine just getting like a gift card or just getting a card, Because I mean, who cares? At that point, you're buying your own stuff for the most part. I think when you're a child on Christmas Day, you want something to open. So anyway, I bought him some stuff anyway. So either he'll like it or he won't. I don't know. If not, there's a gift card. Look, man, this is why I don't have kids. I would just get him random shit that I want. Be like, here you go. This is for you. They open it up. They don't like it. Oh, you don't like it? All right. Well, I'll just take it then. You didn't want this box of Dragon Ball cards? Oh, well, here. I'll just take them then. That's exactly what I'm doing. I do have to ask, how often do you spend time with your nephew and niece? Not very much. I do not honestly spend as much time as I probably should. Unfortunately, work sucks. That's part of it. The other part of it is they're fucking busy with their lives as well. Like, my sister takes them to do all kinds of clubs and activities. Like, apparently now he's starting a new soccer club where he's got practice 3 times a week and then he has a game. My niece also was playing soccer. I don't know if she's still playing soccer. I don't think she is anymore. But yeah, to answer your question, usually just holidays. Probably have more family get-togethers and stuff when my mom moves. My mom's moving closer to me and my sister, so we will probably end up finding more time to spend with each other when that happens. Because that's been one of the big issues. Is I have to set up some time to help my mom out with things since she's across town. But now that she's moving on this side of town, it'd be way easier for me to just, drive 5 minutes to hit her new place versus versus the old place. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. It's been kind of a long time coming for her to move. It's been 5, almost 6 years. In March. So almost 6 years since my father passed. That house is falling apart. There's like a lot wrong with that house. So that's what we're trying to tell her, move out, get rid of the house. It's way too big for her. It's way too much house for her anyway. It's like 2 floors, 5 bedroom. Like, it's just way too big for her. Sort of wish my parents lived closer. Sucks that I have to drive about 4 hours. Yeah. We get nagged on to visit. Yeah, like I try to help my mom out whenever I can. Problem is, the more responsibilities I have with Showdown and work and all that, it's been hard for me to try to make time. Like, even now, this month, I helped her move some things into her new place, and she still needs some stuff at the old house done. I didn't really have time until this week, to be honest. So I'm gonna go over there, I think, on this Sunday, try to help out with stuff. And then with work being weird, it sucks how the schedule is. Like, instead of giving you time off, it's like, oh yeah, hey, we're gonna have you do this, and then you got a couple days off. And then you're gonna do this, and then you have a couple more days off. And then you go back into work, then another day off. It's like, you could have just gave me the 2 weeks off. Why are you making me go back and forth over and over again? It's like, I have the weekend off, going to work Monday. Then I got today and tomorrow off, go back into work Thursday, Friday. Then you got the weekend. Then you get Monday and I think Tuesday I go back into work. And then you get New Year's Day off. 2 more days back at work, and then the weekend again. It's like really, really annoying. You not dead, Vegeta. You took PTO off, probably taking PTO after New Year's Day. Yeah, that'd be nice. Unfortunately, I spent all my PTO for my Japan trip. Like, I was in deficit after the Japan trip. after the first week of next year, I will finally gotten back to positive for my PTO. Like, I basically been working the rest of this year paying back my Japan trip. But that was the conditions for me joining was, hey, I already have this Japan trip scheduled. Which, that's why I told him, I was like, y'all sure y'all don't want to wait until I finish my Japan trip to hire me on? They're like, no, we want you hired right away. I'm like, all right. So I went into work for 1 week, and then I was like, hey, well, I'm going to Japan. And at first they were like, wait. What do you mean you're leaving? I'm like, I told you this when you interviewed me that I am going to Japan. I will be gone. And I know I told you this. So I was about to be like, I'm really about to quit if you're going to tell me that I can't take this vacation that I've been planning. So eventually they were like, yeah, okay. I remember now. So they forwarded me the 40 hours of PTO. I just had to work it back. But on the bright side, if I'm working all next year, I can earn about 3 weeks of PTO. So I could do a full 2 weeks in Japan this time. Although I don't usually do 2 weeks. I usually do like 10 days, but maybe I'll do 2 weeks. And that gives me a full week to do something else. Out of it? I can't. Maybe I should have done Vegeta first. Let's do that. Get rid of Vegeta. Waiting on if I wanted to pick something up in Chinatown to snack on tonight. And then I was like, eh. Really didn't stock up on groceries this week. I feel like it should be fine after Christmas. I just didn't feel like going to the grocery store the past couple days. Did you see anything from Phase 4 MCU or nothing after Endgame? I saw No Way Home. and Deadpool and Wolverine. And I guess, does Doctor Strange count? I think Doctor Strange counts, right? Did see that one. The Multiverse of Madness. Alright, two more stages of this. Let me see what the Vegeta looks like. Celebrated Battle. Category. Vegeta, why don't you just die? Oh. Ow. Finally got rid of Vegeta. Well, tomorrow Nikkei update goes live. The new New Year's Eve unit, which is Rappy Redwood. Pretty excited for her. I think that's gonna be really cool. You remember my complaints from your last Dokkan livestream about the Spider-Man Sonyverse? There's already heavy rumors from yesterday on all articles that they're rebooting the universe. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Was Craven supposed to tie into it? Or was it just Spider-Man and Venom? They pretty much have the rights to it to do whatever they want. Even it is make shitty movies. That doesn't surprise me. But if they're rebooting the universe, so they're just gonna recast everything. Didn't they have plans to do new Spider-Man movies with the other Spider-Man actors? What? I thought I'd heard that before, that they talked about doing that. Like, honestly, I haven't really paid too much attention to Marvel news, movie news. I stopped paying a lot of attention after No Way Home, to be honest. Like, I tried not to listen to all the rumors when Deadpool versus Wolverine or Deadpool and Wolverine were coming out. Because I knew there was going to be a ton of cameos, but I was trying to like stay away from it so I could be surprised. Sony wants another multiverse movie for Spider-Man 4, but MCU wants a street level movie instead. Your friendly dude guy. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Tom Holland's supposed to do Spider-Man 4. Ah. I don't know what they're doing, man. I'll let them figure it out. I have no idea what they're doing. It was Saturday. I don't know how long it's supposed to go on, but GameStop's supposed to have a sale. I think it's buy two, get two, or buy one, or buy two, get one. I don't know. But they're used stuff. So I might go take a look at some of their games, see if there's some cool cheap games to pick up. I found out they have retro stores now. Like GameStop finally jumping on board with the retro gaming. So I might check that out too. Healing! Oh, that's a super? Oh god. Let's move that around. Who's supering me? They're both supering, motherfucker. Well, let's get rid of one of them at least. I prefer the movie be focused on Holland Spider-Man and how he deals with what happened after No Way Home. They should save Toby and Andrew for Secret Wars. Yeah, I agree. You got the MVC collection PS4 physical copy? Yeah, I had bought one. I bought the PS4 version, and then I had a Secret Santa, and they got me the Switch version. So I have both. And I bought the Steam version. So I have like all three versions. The one thing I hate is that so it comes with the comic, right? So the comic fits in the Switch case. And in the PS4 case, it's the exact same fucking comic. Like, what the fuck? I saw someone put one on eBay for like $30. I'm like, why? I think it's not worth the $30. It's not even worth being put in this thing. It's fucking tiny ass fucking comic. Alright, so we finished them. I don't think I'm using them for the Vegeta. Probably pick out a different team. Thought about getting the Switch version. The thing is, I'm never gonna play it on the Switch. There's no way I'm gonna try to play Marvel on the fucking Switch. I hate playing on controller, and the Switch is like a worse controller. There's no way. I'd have to get a Switch stick. But anyway, I will be right back, guys. I gotta go to the restroom, and then we'll do the Vegeta EZA. I am back. Because if we get MCU's idea, then we'll get a Spider-Man and Daredevil team-up movie. But who's Daredevil? Who's going to play Daredevil? Is it going to be the... Well, I guess they did tease the guy from the TV show. So I guess they would use him. Because it'd be funny if they brought back Ben Affleck. That'd be hilarious. You managed to get 2 PS5 30th anniversary controllers? Nice. I thought about maybe trying to get the console, and then I was like, you know what? Nah. Nah. So let's see. Let's get Kit and Goku. So that'll be our leader. What part over there? I have them rainbowed now because my luck has been awesome. Not awesome enough to get Ultra Instinct Goku. Should avoid purples, huh? We're gonna try to throw as many strength units as possible. So let's see here. Weisstein, Kaioken, Vegeta or Bird Cube? Vegito? Oh, I can't even use Bird Cube. Okay, so Vegeta. Easy decision. Now, can I find me... I guess we can go with that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find too many Goku hits out there. How's the defense? Charlie Cox is saying is Daredevil for the MCU. I think Affleck could possibly come back for Secret Wars along with Ghost Rider and maybe F4. Well, one of the Johnnies is dead. Unless they choose a different, or they say it's a different one. There's so many weird things they can do with the multiverse that's going to be hilarious. Like, it's funny how many actors have played multiple roles in the MCU. I mean, they could always bring back the other Johnny. There is another one. We don't talk about F4 2015. I mean, they're both bad. Like all of them are bad. It doesn't matter. Like it was cool that they got, the villains that they got, but how funny would it have been instead if they got Michael B. Jordan to be the guy heading the fight against Johnny Storm, and they think it's T'Challa, but then he ends up being the other Johnny Storm. That would have been kind of funny. I mean, I'll take the original Fantastic Four just for Jessica Alba. He made all those worthwhile for me anyway. Which movie is better, Fantastic Four '05 or Ghost Rider '07? Uh, uh, I'm gonna say Fantastic Four, only because of Jessica Alba. I have a friend in Japan right now. He just sent me a picture of this beef stew and cheese pie from McDonald's. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking it's got to be kind of like the Jamaican beef pies. I have to assume that's what it's like, but that's kind of out there. Which movie is better, Blade Trinity or Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, and why? I've never seen Spirit of Vengeance. I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of the Ghost Rider movies. Blade Trinity, I did watch, and uh, can't say that I remember a whole lot of the third one, to be honest. Like, I remember the first two way more than I remember the third one. The third one, I just know you had Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel in it. I remember it was a mess of a production, apparently. I don't remember. Is that the one that Triple H was in? I feel like that was the one he was in. So I know he's in one of them, and he does some wrestling moves in it. Which movie is better, Iron Man 2 or Thor: The Dark World? Does it feel like you're giving me quizzes on this shit? I didn't like either one. The only thing I liked about Iron Man 2 was the intro. That was when well, Mickey Rourke shows up, Whiplash on the track, and then you got to see the suitcase suit. Thor: The Dark World, I don't even think I watched that. I think I've only watched parts of it. I don't think I ever really watched the whole thing. Like, I really didn't like Thor that much, to be honest. Like, I watched the first one and I didn't really like it, and so I didn't bother with the next ones. I saw Thor 2 recently, and it isn't that bad like people said. I mean, that tends to happen a lot of times. Like, I like watching a lot of shitty video game movies. Like, people will say it's the worst thing they've ever seen, and I'm like, it's watchable. It's entertaining. It just isn't great. Like, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, I'm not gonna lie, it is a really bad movie, but it's still entertaining in its own way. It's obviously not better than the other two Mortal Kombats. Like, some people really, really hate the remake, the one that just came out like a few years ago. I liked it. There were some parts that were questionable. Like, why did you spend or why did you improve Goro to that extent just for him to die almost worse than the first movie? Uh, Kano was your best character in that movie, and then you killed him off. So I don't know what you're gonna do for the second one. Uh, but yeah, there's lots of movies where it's like people will just talk down on it, and there'll be people that never watch the movies. They just go with what people say. But a lot of times you just have to watch it for yourself to decide if you like the movie or not. Like, my favorite movie of all time is Big Trouble in Little China. And that movie was not well received when it first came out. It did terrible at the box office because everyone was like, this movie sucks. And so nobody watched it. Well, then when it came out on VHS, a lot of people started to like the movie. So, a lot of times you gotta learn to watch the movie yourself to decide if you like it or not. Don't just listen to people. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is bad, but it's not boring. It's fun and dumb and entertaining. Yeah, exactly. It's not a good movie, but there's lots of movies that are not good, but they're funny or entertaining. Like, in a way, if you think of it as like a parody, it's great. Just don't think of it as a serious movie, and it's a great movie then. Like, if it's not a serious movie, and you think of it as a comedy, it's perfect. Like, I feel like a lot of times, a lot of video game movies, you should think of them as parodies because, for one thing, a lot of the directors don't know the source material. Like, the original director for Street Fighter had no idea what Street Fighter was. No clue. And you can kind of tell with how they made the movie. Because a lot of it does not make sense if you know Street Fighter. Like any of the Street Fighter story, any of the lore, any of that stuff. It doesn't make much sense. Like Chun-Li is a news reporter working on a news team with Balrog and E Honda. That makes no sense at all. Ryu and Ken are con artists. You were they're not drug, gun smuggling, gun runners. Like that makes no sense. Sagat is like 5 feet tall. The all-American Guile is Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like the only casting that was really good was obviously Raul Julia as Bison. Like I love Ming Na Wen. I think she did as good as she could as Chun-Li, but she wasn't great either. Like I love her in the role, but she wasn't great. It's just so funny all the different decisions they had made for that movie leading up to how it is. And it's like, well, it kind of worked. Like it's the same thing. It's like it's entertaining. And it was the 30th anniversary not too long ago. Like I think a couple days ago or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. They said it was the 30th anniversary of the release of Street Fighter, the movie. One of these days, I want to meet Ming Na Wen so I can get her to autograph my copy. I have like so many copies of Street Fighter the movie. I have DVDs. I have Blu-rays. I have the Steelbook. So here's the thing: if you really like Street Fighter the movie, there's one copy you should get, and it's the Steelbook version that came out. I think it came out last year or early this year. It was either last year or very early this year. What's cool about it is it comes with a bison dollar, like an actual bison dollar. That is like the coolest thing I've ever seen inserted into a collector's edition. Funny thing is, I took that bison dollar and I made copies of it, and I put those copies printed and used them for prizes in a few of our tournaments. Like people could cash them in, use them to pay for stuff in the bar. Some people just kept them, which I think is pretty funny. Right, 3 more levels to go. Actually, I take it back. There is one genre of movie that it 100% deserves the hate. Like there is no saving it whatsoever, and that is Uwe Boll movies. I don't know why it is what it is, but like his movies are all just garbage. Like just straight up garbage. Uh, in the Name of the King. I think that was the last one I tried to watch, and I think Ray Liotta was in it, and Burt Reynolds was in it. Like they had a lot of decent actors in it, but like it was terrible. I think Jason Statham was supposed to be the main character. I just remember there was one scene with Statham and him and Burt Reynolds, and I don't know what they were supposed to be, British or whatever, but like they had no accents. They were just talking like normal. So I had no idea what I was watching. And then the first fight was Statham in a village, and they were fighting orcs. I think. I think they were supposed to be orcs. And like the costumes that these orcs had on were straight out of Party City. Like whatever the worst Amazon seller costume seller is, that's what these look like. They were really bad. I'm like, this is a movie. This is a motion picture. Like this is an actual thing that people paid money to see. And it looks like LARPing at an anime con. It was really, really awful. I think I turned it off after that. That was only like 15 minutes into the movie. I just know that his movies all end up something like that. They're really bad. Oh, good times. But yeah, nowadays I don't really watch too many movies. I think Deadpool and Wolverine was the last movie I watched. Like I don't really watch too much of anything. I don't watch TV besides wrestling. I'll watch WWE. Who's gonna collaborate on fucking Dokkan? This one feels like it's been easier than the other one. Normally the LR EZAs are much tougher. Watch me jinx myself and it just like wrecks me. He should be done here. I think there's one more left. Thing is, I also have a few more like Dragon Ball history stages to do. I think there's a few more things that I can do for more stuff. Like the regular story, I haven't finished that. I've been kind of holding off on normal story because I like to have that as like my emergency spare stones. But should definitely have 500 saved up for now. I'm hoping by the time the anniversary pops up, I'll have 600 already. Because they normally give us a lot of stones. Because we'll hit top grossing, at least iOS, once or twice. Because they usually reset it for each part. So it's like part 1, part 2, part 3. We should probably hit top grossing at the very least for iOS for part 1 and part 2, maybe part 3, depending on what they do. And then they'll give away 3 to 4 stones a day, and then you have your dailies. They'll have extended dailies, and then they'll have missions. Normally for the anniversary, they give out a good 200 to 300 stones easy. So save up as much as you can, and then you'll definitely get some more as it goes. I'm curious to see when they catch up if they're going to do tickets. I know they do tickets on Global. They haven't really been doing tickets on JP. That will be interesting to see. almost done here. Maybe. Depends on if I get some crits. What do I want to get tomorrow? I want to get some milk tea tomorrow. I got one today, but it wasn't really a milk tea. It was like a orange dreamsicle slush, which is really good, but it's not milk tea. I think a bunch of the milk tea shops should still be open tomorrow. You know, Asian people don't care about Christmas. He might be dead here. Come on, hit. Do something. Yeah. We's done. A bonus stones here. I don't know if I have bonus stones on the other one. I don't think I beat it very fast, so that I might have to do those over again. Is it not bonus stones? No, it's based on actually the awakening them. Okay. Well, that's 6 easy stones when I do that. I'll do that later. I should do that now, actually. Might as well do it now, get it over with. So let's see, where's Vegeta? Vegeta... This Vegeta's extreme type, isn't he? Thought it was. No, I guess not. I was wrong. Goku was int. Dude. What the hell? Why did you... Might as well get my stones while I can. Yes, 6 stones. Nice. Alright, so we're all done. Now I gotta do all the other stuff. But that's something I'll probably do off stream. Don't know when I'm gonna do my next Dokkan stream. It probably won't be till the anniversary, to be honest. So that probably won't be till end of January, beginning of February. But in the meantime, we have the New Year's banner step-ups coming up. If you're missing a lot of the units, you can go for it. I personally am not, because it's not worth it for me. There's not that many that I'm missing, and it's not worth it for me to do it that one. But, you know, everyone's case is different. For me, yeah, it's definitely not worth it. So I'm just going to hold on to my stones. Try to get as many as I can. Hopefully get up to about 600 or so before the anniversary. With the anniversary, probably be closer to 1,000. Like I said, you're going to get a lot of stones for the anniversary. So don't feel like you have to save. If you want some of the units that are coming out, especially the ones on the New Year banner, and you don't have them, go for it. Because even if you save for the anniversary, it's not guaranteed you're going to get them. You know? At the end of the day, it's a game, and do what you want in the game. That's what you should do. Same with people that like have their coins saved up. They always ask what unit should they get, and my answer is usually get a new unit. You can get dupes if you want. I don't think it's worth it to get dupes as much. I think it's better to just get brand new units, in my opinion. Whether it's an LR, whether it's not an LR, it's up to you if you like the unit. But anyhow, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks everybody for joining me. We're going to go raid my buddy Annabelle, who's cosplaying as a maid for some reason. I don't know. But, you know, maids are cool. So, I'm going to start the raid. It's going to be in 10 seconds. Say hi. She's pretty cool. I think she's cooking something. I don't know what she's cooking. But I'll be back next month, probably, when it's time for